Hello YouTube, it is me again, and welcome back to my 100 heads challenge journey, I guess. This is part 3, and as you have read the title, I am using ink this time, or pen. Yeah, I think we'll just go with pen. Um, yeah, with this challenge, I actually had a lot of fun, due to the fact that it's been not really a year, but almost a year since I've just use straight up pen. Most of the time I am using mixed media, so it'll be like marker, pen, paint, everything mixed together because, I don't see any reason to like just use one medium if I don't have to. But regardless, I still had fun with just the pen. However, it was a bit challenging because usually when I use pen, I can not that I can. I usually draw from my imagination, and I've never done a portrait in pen, like from reference. So I do make a lot of mistakes. You can kind of tell already. Like the angles aren't completely perfect, but I do think I capture his mood and the vibe. So I think that's what counts. Now with this head, you probably could tell from the last face, I am trying to cross hatch. However, I do get very impatient, and so my cross hatching turns into scribbling very quickly. But with that being said, I kind of wish that I had used this reference for the graphite because I don't think I could have done it justice with pen. As you can see here, I do kind of struggle. Well, you'll see in just a bit. I end up pulling out these, I guess you can say, brush markers. They came with a different pen set, and so I kind of just count them as pens with just brush tips. I don't know. I wouldn't count it as markers, but as you can see, I get very impatient, and I just start going in with the very thick marker pen hybrid thing. They're really nice, but looking back at this footage, I do it with a few more drawings, and for some of them it looks kind of odd, and I kind of regret it, but it is what it is. Mistakes happen, I guess, and you learn. Also, I think it'd be fun to mention that this head was originally meant for like the pencils portion of this challenge, but I had to swap it out due to the fact that the head I had planned originally was just not that great of a reference photo. It had a lot of light and not a whole lot of shadow, so it would have been kind of difficult for me to actually use pen because I have a heavy hand, so it's hard for me to actually get any like very light lines or thinner lines. So thought I should point that out because I do like the way this one turned out. This is another head that I thought I could have done a lot better, but I was too afraid to mess it up. and I didn't go as dark as I could have. You'll see once it's done how light it is compared to the reference photo here. But I don't know, I think I just did not want to screw this up real badly, so I was being very cautious. I don't even think I finished our hair here because I was like, this is one where I was going a bit slower. And keep in mind, I still am doing my like 10 to 15 minute rule with these heads. So it's not like I gave myself enough time, but I mean, with the charcoal and pencils, I'm able to like fit it in somehow. Yeah, you see, it doesn't really look finished, but I was like, what's done is done. And now for this head, this one's actually my favorite one that I did on this page. Again, good shadows go a long way, especially with pen. And I really do like the way I was able to get close enough, at least in my opinion, to the reference photo compared to the others. So I'm really proud of this one so far. I'm proud of them all, but like some of them, you just see your mistakes and you're like, ugh. But with this one, I'm just like, I did the best that I could, and I like the end result. Now, this is the last head that I do using micron pens, and I end up moving on to ballpoint pens, or pen, I guess, because I only use this one. Um, Now again with the last type of pen, I have used these pens before. Um, they're okay. I kind of wish I didn't use them, low key. Looking back at it now, I'm like, I should have just stuck with Micron, but I wanted to make this video interesting, or make the whole 100 heads challenge experience more fun by uh, using different materials. So I did it anyways, and kind of wish I didn't, but it is what it is. As you can see, I figured out that you can smudge with these a lot easier than the Micron, and I try to use it to my advantage, but ultimately it didn't really make that much of a difference. And I don't know, I just didn't like the way it felt. I kind of prefer the way Micron pens feel. I don't know. Maybe I just don't like this material as much. I kind of only use it for like rough, really rough sketching, and then I tend to like color over it. But with this page, I did all the heads here on the same day. So that's probably why I also didn't like using it. It's because like on the last page, I kind of split the heads up into 2 days, where I did, actually no, I did it in 3 days. So I did the first two one day, the second two another, and then the last one on its own separate day. And as for these, I kind of was in a hurry, not in a hurry, I was just rushing, and I just didn't feel like having to split them up. So I was like, I'll just do them all in one day. And by this face right here, I was in my artistic flow, I guess, and I think this one turned out the best out of all the heads here, and it's kind of sad that it's the smallest one too. But regardless, I think it's like one of the only good ones on here. I think the first three, so this one and the previous two, are like the only ones that are kind of close enough to the reference photo, which is kind of sad because well, I can explain why. It's because after this head, my hand was starting to hurt, and I wanted to take a 15-minute break. And when I got up, my parents saw that I was no longer in my room, so they asked me to like help them with certain things like like cleaning and like making phone calls, and so 15 minutes turned into an hour, and by the time I came back I didn't feel like drawing anymore, but I didn't feel like having to do the heads the next day. And so I was like, you know what, we're just gonna power through this. And ultimately I kind of wish I didn't, because this head and the next one did not, I didn't like the way they turned out at all. I'm looking at them now, I'm just like, ugh, I could have done so much better if I have actually came. I mean, this one's not that bad, but I could have done better with her. Now this head right here, ugh, I just do not like the way it turned out. He doesn't even look like, you'll see, he doesn't even look like the reference photo. I get like the facial expression down, I think, close enough, but it's not the same guy. So I don't know. I call this one like my only, I don't want to say it's a failure, but it's a bad attempt, let's just say that. But with that being said, I'll just let you guys watch. Alrighty, so we have come to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. So yeah, comment, like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care now.